Welcome back for another deep dive. We always love digging into interesting stuff. And today we've got a blog post from, he calls himself an old software plumber. And
Yeah.
he's found himself in a situation I think a lot of us have probably been in where you think you're bringing home one new plant, but
Mhm.
then you discover a little like bonus seedling
Yeah.
just kind of hitching a ride.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's always fun.
Right. It's like an extra little gift.
Yeah.
So this blogger decided he was going to try to figure out exactly what this little seedling was.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, we don't have a picture to work with or anything, but he managed to figure it out. It turns out it's a baby Pilea Cadierei.
Oh, cool. I mean,
Yeah.
to identify it from the seedling stage, you've really got to know your plants to
Yeah,
be able to recognize it by the leaf pattern.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So just to give everybody a little bit more information about this Pilea Cadierei,
Mm-hmm.
it's also known as the aluminum plant or the watermelon Pilea.
Well, those are cute nicknames.
I know, right? So one of the things that I found interesting about this plant is that it is endemic to certain provinces in China and Vietnam.
Okay.
So I don't know about you, but sometimes I read these things and I'm like, wait, what exactly does that word mean?
Right.
So endemic, what does that mean in this context?
So it means it's a true native.
Oh, okay.
Like you won't find it growing natively, in like South America or something like that.
Right, right.
It's only found in those specific regions in those countries.
Okay, so that makes you wonder how it ended up in this blogger's plant pot in the first place. But
Mhm.
he does mention that the Pilea Cadierei is known for being pretty hardy, easy to care for.
Okay.
So, good for a beginner plant parent.
Yeah. Sounds like a great starter plant.
Yeah, and in fact, it's so easy to grow that the Royal Horticultural Society gave it their award of garden merit.
Wow. So it's officially
Yeah.
easy to take care of.
So that means they've tested it,
Right.
they've found it to be super reliable. So, I mean, even if you, maybe don't have the greenest thumb, you've got a good chance of being successful with this one.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, so that's encouraging. Now, one of the care tips that I found interesting was
Mhm.
that you're supposed to prune it back by about 50% after it blooms.
Oh, wow.
Like, can you imagine just going and chopping off half your plant?
I mean, that seems pretty drastic.
I know.
It seems like a lot to just take off. I know, right? It seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess the alternative would be you have this like really leggy sparse plant.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good look.
No, you want it to be nice and full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, thinking about this whole like mimicking its natural environment, like
Yeah.
what can that tell us
Okay.
about the ideal growing conditions for it?
That's a great question. So we know it's from, these particular areas of China and Vietnam.
Mm.
Um, and those places are known for having more of a subtropical climate.
Okay.
So, like warm, humid summers, mild winters.
Okay, so no like super harsh winters
Yeah.
or, desert-like conditions.
Right, exactly. So you're going to want to try to replicate those warm and humid conditions
Okay.
as much as you can.
So does that mean like having a humidifier?
Yeah, that could help.
Okay.
Or like grouping it with other plants.
Uh-huh.
That could also help
Okay.
to kind of increase the humidity around it.
Yeah. Okay, so basically we're learning that, it's not just about like, giving it the right amount of water and light, but
Yeah.
also like thinking about where this plant came from.
Exactly. It's like a cheat sheet almost.
Yeah.
Knowing where a plant naturally thrives gives you clues about what kind of environment it likes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, this all kind of ties back to the blogger's story, right?
Yeah.
It might just seem like a cute little seedling, but it's a good reminder that there's so much more to discover
Right.
about even, the most common houseplants.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe you've got a mystery seed of your own working in a plant pot.
Right.
Maybe a descendant of this same Pilea Cadierei.
Maybe. That's what I love about gardening.
Yeah.
There are always surprises.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's get back to this deep dive here.
Okay.
We've talked about identifying the Pilea Cadierei, where it came from, even some of the care tips.
Mm-hmm.
But,
There's always more to explore, right?
Yeah.
And I think a good place to start would be to kind of circle back to this whole seedling discovery.
okay.
We've talked about these regions in China and Vietnam
Mm-hmm.
and how they have these subtropical climates.
Mm-hmm.
But, what about some of the more specific environmental factors in those regions?
Okay, yeah.
Like, what about the soil in those areas?
That's a good point.
Or the rainfall they get.
Yeah.
These are all factors that could contribute to how well the Pilea Cadierei thrives.
That's interesting.
Right. It gives us a lot to think about.
Definitely a lot to think about. It's
Yeah.
really amazing how, like, this tiny little seedling has just opened up all these questions and, like, this whole world of exploration. So
Definitely.
for all of our listeners out there,
Yeah.
we've been talking about the Pilea Cadierei, also known as the aluminum plant or watermelon Pilea. And
Right.
we've learned all this stuff about it
Yeah.
thanks to this blogger who, discovered this little seedling.
Yeah.
We've talked about how to identify it, where it comes from,
Yeah.
even some care tips, based on where it comes from naturally.
Right. Exactly.
And we've left you with some questions to think about.
Some things to ponder.
Yeah.
Like, what is it about these regions
Right.
in China and Vietnam
Yeah.
that make them such a great home for this plant? What can we learn from those environmental factors
Yeah.
that might help us, take better care of our Pilea Cadierei?
It's like we've given everybody a little botany challenge.
Right. A little homework.
Yeah.
Go do some research, figure out why this plant likes it there.
Yeah, maybe this will even inspire some of you to take a look at your own house plants and see where they come from and, learn a little bit more about what their ideal environment is.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe some of you will even be inspired to try and propagate your own Pilea Cadierei.
Oh, yeah.
Start with a cutting.
That would be fun.
Just like this tiny little seedling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today.
Okay.
So as always, we just encourage you to keep your eyes open, pay attention to the world around you. You never know what kind of fascinating things you might discover.
Yeah, you never know what you'll find.
And until next time, happy gardening.